What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comic Talk, episode number 28. And as always, we hope to have a wonderful and great show for you guys today. So without any further ado, or as Biggie's always likes to say, now for the moment of truth, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the panel members to you guys. We got with us, of course, my co-hosts. We have here Ray Jr. Say what's up to everybody. What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope everybody's having a good Sunday so far.
Seems like there's a little delay in the applause tonight, man. I'm not exactly sure. It could be on my end, but what's going on, Ray? How's things going in Alaska? You've got about 3 more days left. What's going on in your part, man?
Besides the hotel, having a flood here because the water sprinkler went off, it's pretty straight. Like I said, I got like 3 more nights here, me and the family, and then on the 4th day, which will be Wednesday morning, I final out from the post, and then I'll go make staff duty, sign me out, and then I'll hop on the road right about 9:30ish, and it says it should take us about 26 hours till we get to the state of Washington, which that's where we're going to stop for about a week from my wife's mom's house or whatever to rest up and check out a couple of comic stores there. My homegirl Gabby, she owns a comic book store in Olympia, Washington, so I'm gonna stop down there, check her out, and then Pike's Market down in Seattle has a nice little comic store called Golden Age Collectibles, so I'll peep that out a little bit and then when I get on the road and head down there to the big state of Texas to see my homeboy.
That's it. Me and Ray going to be linking up and hopefully doing some vlogs together, hoping to do some videos together, maybe even do an episode of Comic Talk if we're not still down at the convention that weekend, Dallas Fan Day Expo, if you will. But, well, as always, Ray, it's always great to have you. Now, I was talking to some of the panel members earlier. You guys noticed I got this high-speed little studio mic, and I was, toying around with the idea of just kind of talking like this for tonight's show and just welcoming everybody to Love Talk with Delilah and Marty. But nevertheless, I'm not going to do that. And we're going to move on with Rage Comics. What's going on, Trevor? Welcome to Comic Talk once again for your 100th episode or so. What's going on in your part of the world, brother?
Thanks for having me. Make sure you can hear me okay. Got a new speaker set today. Yeah, thanks for having me, and looking forward to the show.
Hey, what's going on up here in your area? I know you're like all top secret with your job and everything you do in life and stuff. You're like the Jason Bourne of the panel here, man. Can you talk about anything going on down there?
Down in Canada? Yeah, there's not much going down in Canada. Same old, same old.
Well, great to have you as always, brother. Thanks for coming on out of your busy schedule, man. Ladies and gentlemen, next I'd like to introduce you the man, the myth, the legend. Without him, there would not be a Comic Talk, and this guy goes without no introduction whatsoever. We have with us Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. What's going on, Marky?
Oh, man. Everything's going good, guys. Hello. Let's just do this, man. Comic Talk, man. My favorite day, favorite night of the week. Let's do this.
Always great to have you, brother. What's going on in your world up there, man? Anything exciting, anything new for you?
Not really. Just the same old grind, getting up, doing my job, and hell, like I said, from Free Comic Book Day, I've been finding some nice cheapo comics here and there and everything like that, and that about it. Just filling some holes. That's it.
Awesome, brother. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I always love coming on with you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a second appearance here on Comic Talk, and for last episode, we only got to see a little brief appearance of him, so I guess you can call that a cameo, but now we got his first full appearance. Guy that goes by the name of King of the Golden State, also known as James. We're going to welcome him to Comic Talk. What's going on, James?
Hey, Marty, Ray, thanks for inviting me back on, man. Yeah, cameo, it's a full appearance, sort of like a Wolverine, like Incredible Hulk number 181 type of deal. But, yeah, glad to be on, and other than that, yeah, let's get things started.
All right, man. Just out of curiosity, how tall are you, man?
I'm 6 foot 11 inches tall. I played 1 year basketball in high school, but I know, Ray, I know, but I like comic books, man. That's the one that got me first before basketball did. You know.
Awesome, man.
So I hear it every day, everywhere I go.
Yeah, the pictures that you post on our Facebook, man, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, how tall is this guy, man? You know?
Yeah, I know. Like, there's a picture I posted with me and Chewbacca over at WonderCon about a month ago. You know, that thing was big, man. I mean, the guy was obviously on stilts, but he was like, "My God, how tall are you?" I could hear him through the mask saying that, so it's hilarious.
There's no mistaking you in the crowd whatsoever, is there? We can spot you out.
Trust me, I stick out of like WonderCon and Comic-Con crowds like you wouldn't believe.
I'm gonna start hanging out with you. You'll be like in front of me as people make the wave for me. You know, hey, what's going on? We're moving here.
Yeah.
We're moving.
I hear you, man. I mean, I might actually come out to Dallas Comic-Con. I'm debating that in my head because I heard Todd McFarlane's gonna be down there. So.
Oh man, well, they've got a whole cast of folks, man. I even got a list of the people that I plan on getting signatures. We got Todd McFarlane coming. Frank Miller's going to be there. J. Scott Campbell's going to be there. Humberto Ramos, Stan Slott, Andy Kubert. I mean, you guys, you're talking about some names in comic books that are going to be there, and you know, you've got to get in there early, either get into the lines or get whatever you want done. So it's, you know, it's one of those things. It's going to be exciting. But if you do make it this way, let us know, man. We'd definitely like to link up with you.
Absolutely, man.
Awesome, brother. Great to have you once again.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the name you can trust in the comic book community, we got with us here the man, the myth, the legend himself. Vote for him for mayor of the comic book community, Jeff Johnson. What's going on, Jeff Johnson?
Hey, how you guys doing tonight? Thanks for inviting me on the show. Let's have some fun, man. And that's coming from the mayor.
That's coming from the mayor, man.
That's coming from the mayor.
Yeah, you know, we can't have a comic talk without the mayor, man. We got to get your approval first, you know what I mean? So it's great to have you. What's going on in your parts down there, man?
Nothing much, man. Just catching up between last week with the Free Comic Book Day and everything. I'm just catching up on some reading and supplies. So that's pretty much it for me.
What's more expensive, you think, sometimes? The combination of supplies or the combination of books that you buy every week?
Supplies. Supplies are expensive. It's like you finish reading the book and you're like, where I'm gonna put it, so you know.
Yeah, it's an expensive hobby. That it is. It is an expensive hobby. But nevertheless, thanks for coming on once again. We appreciate having you on as always.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, man, he is way above our echelon. Once again, I have no idea what he's doing on Comic Talk because he should be out there in Hollywood. We got with us Lou from Hero Statue Collector. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? I always love being on this show with you fine gentlemen, so let's get into the comics.
Let's get into the comics, brother. How's things going on in the comic book, the statue world, man? Everything all peachy keen, copacetic, if you will?
Except that they're killing us with all these releases one after another. It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare, and it is a financial nightmare. I agree with that.
Especially when you throw in comic collecting on top of it.
There's not a lot of us out there. There are statue collectors and comic book collectors. You'll either get one or the other, but there's quite a few, like a handful, maybe like the Band of Brothers that do both. But it can become an expensive hobby. Hey, Lou, once again, welcome to our part of the world. Always great to have you, man. The only corner that is allowed on Comic Talk is Greg's Comic Book Corner, guys. We have a wonderful guest with us tonight. He hasn't been on here for a while. He had a little bit of sabbatical, but once again, as always, wonderful Greg from Greg's Comic Corner. What's going on, brother?
Thank you so much for having me on. I missed you guys terribly. But you know, doing the work thing. Had some surgery this past Thursday on my shoulder, so been a little quiet lately, but slowly getting back into everything now. So
yeah. Little shoulder thing going on, right?
Yeah, had some bone spurs removed from my shoulder, so I had three incisions done. So I'll be in this cast or this sling for a couple weeks, and then start some physical therapy, and be back to normal.
Did they give you at least a cast with comic book panels on there by chance, or?
They gave me this generic, like, 1990s.
Oh man.
Third party with Bobo sling. It's uncomfortable to sleep in. So.
I bet, man. And they give you plenty of pain meds, if you know.
They gave me way too many pain meds.
That's good.
They gave me 60 Percocets.
Oh man, thank you so much for coming, man. You know, even the pain that you're in, you're dedicated enough to come on our show. Thank you so much, Greg, making an appearance. As if Jeff Johnson is known as the mayor of the comic book community, this man, this individual right here, is the godfather of the comic book community. He's the godfather of the off-air hangouts. He is the godfather of the comic books. He is the godfather of what YouTube comic book community used to be before any of us even know what YouTube was. So let's give us a warm Comic Talk welcome back, he also has been on a little bit of sabbatical, to my boy, your boy, our boy, everybody's boy, Sean, also known as Gene Paul Ace Peter. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, guys? What's good? What's good?
What is good on your part, brother? What's good? What's going on down there?
Man, just doing the off airs, but I got some good news yesterday. Looks like Biggie's is going to be rolling through Newfoundland, so that's pretty awesome.
Taking a little vacation, is he?
I don't know, I guess so. Yeah, he's going on a cruise, and he's coming up to Newfoundland. And he said, of all the people he knows in Newfoundland, he's going to come see me, so.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to do, like, a little video or a little kind of, I don't know, a little vlog together, man.
It's happening, man. I hope he has some time off. I know that when they dock, they usually dock for, like, 8 hours or something, so.
Yeah.
If that's the case, man, we're going to record some stuff. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be good.
That's awesome, man. And you know, I know Biggie's been busy a little bit. Manny's been busy for a little bit. I know Payne's been feeling not so well lately. And you know, the people that usually frequent Comic Talk, unfortunately, hopefully he gets well soon. Payne from Payne's Comics. Hope you feel better, brother. Hope to have you on Comic Talk episode once again once everything starts going better for you. And Ricky and Manny's been really busy with a lot of things that are going on their world. So, but if they get an opportunity to pop in tonight, they'll pop in tonight as well. Our hostess with the mostest, Jenna, she is actually driving with Jeremy from state to state right now, so they're not going to be able to join us for this evening. But that's all right. We're still going to have a wonderful episode of Comic Talk. And first on the blotter here, we've got with us, last week we talked a little bit about Civil War, non-spoiler review. Did everybody get an opportunity to watch Civil War already? And if you have not, you might want to stop this video right now because we're going to do some spoilers on here about Civil War. And we're going to go ahead and talk to Rage Comics first. Rage, have you got a chance to see Civil War, brother?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think I said what I had to say last week about it. It's. It makes other movies vastly disappointing. So.
It does, man. There's so many memes out there in reference to the Batman versus Superman and also the Civil War. I will tell you guys, I was so just taken by that the first time. I had to go back the next day to see it. I had no issues going back to back, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I think we talked about this on your episode, Lou. I think on Wednesday night too, man. Yeah. Absolutely amazing movie. Any disappointments on anybody of the panel members' parts as far as what you were expecting, what you were hoping for?
More Aunt May.
No, not at all. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Aunt May was amazing. Yeah, the best Aunt May I've ever seen on TV. Or on movies.
I tell you what, Aunt May to me is wow.
I thought I'd never say that. I thought I would never say that, but Aunt May was a hottie.
We're okay with hottie Aunt May. You know what I mean? I just overall, I think Civil War has been talked to death so far. Even with a spoiler or a non-spoiler review, we talked a little bit about it on Lords of the Round Table or Lords of the Box Office. I think that was the episode with Tim Show last week, and we went through a little bit about the reviews and the spoilers and everything like that. But I know we talked it out. I think consensus throughout everywhere is that it was just an outstanding, unbelievable movie, and it just was, by all means, more than whatever people expected. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot of wow moments in there. You know, it did a lot of fan service. You know, which I appreciated a lot. I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know about the rest of you, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of things you saw that looked like came straight out of comic books. So I dug it.
Well,
yeah, yeah, I got to second that.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead,
no,
Ben.
as for a DC guy that I am and everything, boy, I was just blown away with the film, and just Spider-Man and Black Panther alone, they just killed it to me, and especially how the new Spider-Man is. I don't think we got anything to worry about with this new Spider-Man Homecoming film. I think all our answers and worries have been answered with that one, and Black Panther was bad fucking ass. I mean, that was just great. Story flowed. I enjoyed it. I didn't feel like, what the fuck did I just seen attitude when I came out of Batman versus Superman. And I was like, God damn it. As we can see now, I think they're almost about to cross the billion mark. I think they're up to 900 and I don't know what the fuck, you know, and Mickey Mouse is just coming all over the fucking place. I mean, this fucking shit is just fucking wildfire, and it's like nothing they can do is wrong. They can take any obscure character and they can take any low-grade Marvel character or whatever and just turn into a big blockbuster hit, and they took something complex as a Civil War story. Granted, it's not like the comics, but they took aspects of some parts of that story and made a great fucking film, and I want to see more. I want more. I wanted a 3-hour version with that. I wanted to see more of that. I really enjoyed it.
Disney can do that, but Fox can't. Fox is fucking some shit up.
Well, how about the Russo brothers? Just a great team of people that worked on that film, man. And I don't know. I guess we're hoping that the next Batman movie that is supposed to be coming out, of course, Batman with Ben Affleck. Now, there's rumored to have a lot of villains in there this time. Let me ask you guys a question, and feel free to chime in anytime you guys want. Which villain or villains, if you will, would you like to see in this upcoming movie as far as Batman goes?
Clayface.
Riddler.
A good Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Oh, chill out with that.
Man-Bat would be a good one.
Man-Bat would be awesome.
I would like to see the story of the Night of the Owls in it.
Oh, right.
Court of Owls.
Court of Owls.
That would be nice.
Court of Owls, yeah.
Definitely the Court of Owls. If they do this storyline, if they put these guys in, wow. I'll be interested.
How about this? Let's flip it. Instead of making it a Batman movie, why don't they make it an Arkham movie? Everybody you expect in Arkham Asylum, put them in there.
They're kind of doing it like Suicide Squad, though.
Yeah. But you guys remember the Attack on Arkham animated film?
Yeah.
Do something like that. Have everybody in Arkham like break out, and then here come Batman and try to, save the day and put everybody back in. I think that would be a good Batman movie.
There's a lot of things that they can do. I mean, Batman has just got a huge rogues gallery. I mean, kind of like with the Flash. Flash has got a nice rogue gallery, but Batman has got like the ultimate rogues gallery. I mean, there's a lot of other people. I'm actually seeing the chat. I mean, you got Red Hood, that's another one. Deathstroke, that's another one. Deadshot, we're getting in Suicide Squad. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, Azrael, I mean, we had him on the TV show. If anybody's been watching, that Gotham episode was awesome. If anybody didn't see that, I swear, I think that it's going to be a good Batman film, and Ben Affleck directing it, and Ben Affleck just basically storming in DC's office and say, "What the fuck? I'm Ben fucking Affleck, and I'm Batman, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. So please stop fucking around with your movies and let's get this shit done right." So,
how do you guys think about Affleck taking taking the reins as far as the Batman movie coming up?
It's good, man. It's good. He couldn't be worse than Snyder, right?
Yeah. It was good for him to step up. I hope that rumor or whatever that he said was true. That he said he's upset and he didn't like how they did that. And of course, do I have to go through the marketing? I may break the internet again. I mean, they just fucked it up, and and so hopefully with Suicide Squad, hopefully that would be a redeeming factor. And I mean, we also, we'll get into it later, but there is some rumors with the Justice League film, which I'm excited about. Mm-hmm. So, but it's just, I'm excited. I hope he really means what he says, and I think if he's going to be behind the camera, I mean, he's Academy Award winner, people. I mean, this guy, I think he's paid his dues, and I think we're going to be safe with him, and we just got to hope for the best and then see what happens here.
I hope so too. I really do. I want to see Batman done justice, especially with him being part of the DCU, because I'm looking forward to him being in Suicide Squad. He gets a little bit of a part. We don't know exactly how much of a part he gets on there, but we're going to see the Joker in there. As far as villain goes, now if they do the Red Hood, we know Batman 635 is just going to storm in price. I mean, that book alone already is really up there. But I don't know. I mean, for me, I think I would love to see the Red Hood in that, because that's I think that could be very interesting. Any thoughts on that?
I like Red Hood. I just think you gotta. Well, I mean, I think there's an entire story they need to tell before they just bring in Red Hood as a villain. And I mean, if they're talking about having all these villains lined up, I don't think that's probably going to be the story they're going to go with. I think it's like Jeff said, it's going to be something like an Arkham Breakout or something along those lines. And I mean, it's probably going to be like masterminded by someone like the Court of Owls or Hush or something like that, which I think would be pretty cool. We'll see what happens. I mean, you can't go wrong with Ben Affleck now, I don't think. I mean, it's comparing apples to oranges. I mean, he's terrible. He's shown he can't direct these movies. So, I mean, give someone else a chance.
And also, I think they gave you like little bit of Easter eggs in Batman vs Superman. We've seen the Riddler symbol there, so maybe something with him. Definitely the Robin suit in glass, people. So that's a big key right there. They might go Red Hood. Not now. Maybe give you a hint. Maybe, I don't know. Who the hell knows? But they already got that story set up, and I'm sure we probably might see. I'm hoping that we'll see a flashback during Suicide Squad when Batman is trying to get the Joker, because it looks like that's going to be a whole flashback thing, because he's going to be in a little bit of that film. So who knows? I mean, again, it's all speculation on where they're going to go with that and how they're going to handle it. But like I said, I think we're going to be good.
I'd love to see him do the Killing Joke.
Ooh, that would be nice.
But let me ask you guys a question real quick. Since Affleck is taking the helm, do you think the movie's going to be now brighter, or you think it's going to be dark, just as like Dawn of Justice, or what?
No, I think it'll still be dark. Just because I think that's what works for Batman. That's what everybody expects for Batman. It may not be as dark. They may brighten it up a little bit, but I think for the most part, Batman works as dark, and they're gonna kind of keep it that way. But I think he just has so much of a vested interest in this, as he's playing the main character, that he's not going to let it fail.
And what they have to do is they have to realize that these movies, if they're planning on Justice League, these movies need to build to that. You can't just have one-offs. Like every Marvel movie has built towards a bigger universe. DC needs to do that. It needs to build towards a bigger universe.
Yeah, they need to wake the fuck up. That's what they fucking need to do. They really do. Just go look at Mickey Mouse right now and duck and get an umbrella, because he's fucking spewing loads all over you right now. So just fucking look what's going on here. We're in the second week, DC, second week. They're almost up to $1 billion fucking dollars. We can't even get that with Batman with Superman right now. That's ridiculous. That's
because
ridiculous.
They're trying to rush it way too fast to get to the Justice League. And also, they give away too much of the movie. Like we keep saying, why show Doomsday? That would have been great to be one of those oh shit moments.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, internet break. You motherfuckers, stop ruining the film. Stop.
I agree with Lou. They put way too much into it right now. And if they went back to like what I was saying about bringing the Man-Bat as probably like the only villain for like that next film. Like going back to when they did the animated series and they had Man-Bat to begin with, that was very vanilla. That was a good start to build on something to make it better. It's almost like what Iron Man did in the first film. I mean, it wasn't like a major villain. It had Obadiah Stane, for crying out loud. Ironmonger. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't throw all like the Iron Man villains in there in one movie. So now they're just like jam packing everything in the one tiny hole. It's insane.
Well, I'm looking at the comments, and Undisputed Frauds brought up something good. What about Kevin Smith helping out with Ben Affleck? I mean, he's doing good with The Flash. You don't think he'll be good in the movies?
Two different types of directors. Two different types. He's got passion. Trust me, Kevin Smith is a big comic nerd and everything like that. He's got passion for the books, but they're two different directing styles and all that. So I don't think Ben Affleck needs any help from Kevin Smith. Now, Kevin Smith may be doing something with the TV like he's been doing, like that Flash episode that we seen
last week.
Yeah, and he's going to be doing another one in the third season, which I heard, and I thought that was great. And also the little, put Jason Mewes in there for that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool. I swear to God, I thought he was going to come out with the fucking a Silence of the Lambs shit or something like that. That was fucking good. So I like that. Kevin Smith rules. I love Kevin Smith, but he's a different style of director. But I think if he really had a property of DC to work with, he definitely puts his dick jokes and everything and horse whatever shows on the side, and he tries to get everything, because he did great with the comics. Have you guys ever seen the Kevin Smith run, a Reddit of Green Arrow? I mean, that was awesome what he did with that story.
That was a good run.
That was a very good run.
And that makes me beg the question to you, Marky. Like, if he's not that kind of a director, we don't know, because he's never directed that kind of a piece before.
True.
He's got a background in writing comics. Like, he's done a great job on that Arrow series, and now he wants to actually direct some of the Arrow TV show series. He tweeted out, him and Stephen Amell had a little back and forth about having Kevin Smith come on and do some Arrow on TV.
That would. I don't think
it's out of the realm of possibilities that at some point they're going to give him some kind of a DC or Marvel picture.
It would have to be a small picture, because you can't trust Kevin's. Look at Kevin Smith's track record of movies. You're not going to trust him with Superman. You're not going to trust him with Batman.
No.
You trust him with maybe.
Well, technically they trusted him with Superman. They made him write the script and everything.
Never went anywhere.
Until Warner Brothers wanted a big giant fucking spider, and oh god, don't even get me. I'll bring it up.
There's a movie about that. There's a movie about that. It's pretty
good. Movie.
Yeah, it's John Snap's the life and the death of Superman. What happened?
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
You gotta give him something small. You can't. I mean, like,
you're not going to hand him over the keys to Justice League, but
give him Plastic Man or something.
Plastic Man. He would be perfect for that.
Plastic Man. Why not the Black Widow? If Black Widow got her own movie, something small. Not that Black Widow's small, but in the grand scheme of things, she's small compared to everybody else.
Maybe that's why he's doing the Flash and Arrow. Maybe he's being tested, and if the ratings are high enough, they're like, you know what, Kevin, we're going to try something with you.
Yep.
And the Plastic Man movie would be great.
Yeah.
I threw it out. I was like,
yeah, he's kind of like on his own. Oh, I'm sorry. You go.
No, go ahead. Okay.
I'm just saying, he's kind of like on his own level right now. He's making movies that he wants to make. I mean, he's got that Yoga Hoosiers coming out or whatever, that Canadian thing that he's doing right now, which is kind of weird and obscure, but he doesn't give a fuck, because he's doing his own thing. He's not letting studios tell him what to do. He doesn't give a shit how much money it makes and all that stuff. He's kind of like on his own thing with directing and all that stuff of what he's doing with his films. But like I think we all agree, if they came up to him and said, okay, we're going to give you this. Probably not a top tier hero and everything like that. Definitely bottom tier or midline. And I think he'll do a good job with it. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be a walrus fucking somebody or something like that. Whatever the fuck he's doing now. Some fucked up shit. Yeah, or working at movies, and here comes Green Arrow getting a fucking movie burger, some shit like that, But I think he would be definitely good. I think the TV is like his test. I think that maybe like testing him to see how he does with the TV. Already, Flash first episode that he did, fine, perfect. Let's see what he can do next.
Well, since we're on, sorry about that. I was clicking. I was trying to interject there, and it just wouldn't click. So since we're on the topic of TV, and we'll go back on the topic of movies in just a second, but since we're already on the topic of movies, you guys heard I want to say it's rumor, but there's talk now that Supergirl is going to be going from CBS to CW. What are your thoughts and opinions about that one?
It's already a done deal, from what I heard.
Brilliant.
Done deal.
Brilliant idea.
And I think the
Great
budget is going
idea.
to be...
I said this before, and I'll say it again. CW is where the place these shows should be. They have a better following on them. They have better ratings with them. All these, the only thing that stick is Gotham because it's in a good time slot and it's fucking Batman. That's why it's doing good on Fox. They fucked up with Constantine. That channel just fucked that show over, and it was a very good goddamn show, and I wish to God that went, and they did. They actually brought him over on an hour episode, and hopefully we'll see him again because he killed it as Constantine, and I was really into it. They were getting ready to introduce the Spectre, who I really friggin' like. I mean, I wish I could see. I wish I can see that, so I was happy that Supergirl is going over to CW because I really enjoyed the season. I thought I liked it. I'm not going to say I totally factually in love with it, but I enjoyed it, and that's all I want. And, as long as it's a nice story and enjoyable, and it had great characters and it had good villains. Some good villains came into that, and it was cool. And you got a little glimpse of Superman. Actually, if you didn't see him, you seen his boot, you seen his cape, maybe seen like a shadow or something like that. So who knows where they can go with that? It's all a rights issue too.
That's
now they're on the CW. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mayor.
I was going to say, okay, Supergirls move over to CW, right? Then there'll probably be an episode with Flash or Legends of Tomorrow where they mess around with time and emerge with the universe of Supergirl. So Supergirl could be in the same universe with Flash and Arrow. And since Supergirl already has Superman and Martian Manhunter, you never know that Superman might finally be on TV.
I don't know. The one thing I wonder is how much longer does Legends of Tomorrow have? Because it's kind of starting to slip off, and I think maybe.
Really? I didn't see that. I'm enjoying that. It's really cool what they're doing.
Because I know the guy who plays Mr. Freeze is going to be doing a show now part time, so they're going to cut his time off now. So he's going to do a lot less. So I'm kind of wondering if it's the beginning of something, where they're actually starting to cut that show down. And maybe that's why they're bringing Supergirl.
Now they're new for a second season, and Leonard Snart, Captain Cold there.
I'm sorry, Captain Cold, my bad.
He's going to be bouncing around from different shows. They said he'll be on The Flash, he'll be on Arrow. He's going to be bouncing through all the different shows.
Okay, so is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're going to bounce him around because everyone seems to love his portrayal of that character. I think
I love him as Captain Cold, man.
I'm digging too.
Cool. But as far as Supergirl, the budget was $3 million per episode, and now on the CW, it's not going to be anywhere near that.
We're not going to get that many air fights and laser beams and shit like that.
They have to do with Supergirl what they're doing with Flash and just use the special effects budget,
right?
Properly.
Yeah. Maybe they'll stick to the source of Supergirl, as opposed to concentrating a little bit more on the special effects and everything else. It could be a good. Look how well Flash is doing, and limited budget as well.
They can make it work. They can make it work with Supergirl.
They'll find a way.
Just that scene alone, when Hunter Zolomon, takes Flash's Speed Force and that look and all that. I was like, oh my god, that is amazing. That's right out of a book. That was fucking great. Oh my god, I love that shit. I love Zoom. I love the reverse Flash.
Badass.
Badass, man. I'm loving this.
What about King Shark?
King Shark,
even badass too.
And if that's a low budget for whatever, goddamn, that looked kind of damn good to me. So I don't think we're gonna have a problem with Supergirl, with her budget and everything like that, maybe there'd be a less of flying, battling, and all that stuff, because there was a lot of that in this season, and that's where a lot of the money, and also the special effects and whatever. So I'm sure they'll figure out a way, because they wouldn't take a show like that and say, okay, we're going to take it over and screw it up. And I think it's in a good place, and it will be a good home, and I think it will get better ratings to where it was before, because, like I said, those other fucking channels just don't understand what they got, and they don't know how to do it right. And I think they should all be on CW, because that's their channel. That's Warner Brothers' channel. That's where they should be. So that's just my thing now.
And maybe we'll see more Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, definitely. I thought John Jones, the guy who's playing that was good. That was a nice twist with the Hank Henshaw. How many people in here? Here's a question. How many people in here thought he was going to be Cyborg Superman?
Yeah, I did.
Matt, me too. And boy, oh boy, when that reveal came, I'm like, yeah! My wife is looking at me when we're watching that episode, and my wife is like, why?
Well, now that
why did I marry this man? I was
guys,
like,
what do you think? Now that she's going to be on the CW, do you think they'll actually incorporate the Superman from Smallville on there, since they're going to be on the same network?
There is that rumor.
Yeah,
I don't know if they can do it. I don't know if they can do it because of certain rights to the rights holders and money-wise, and where there has that would be great if they can somehow do that. Never say never. Did they ever say that we're going to get Flash and Supergirl together? And they did. So, so who the hell knows these days? I mean, did we ever think Spider-Man would ever be in the Marvel Universe? Hell no, but it did. It happened. So I'll never say never anymore. We never know, and we'll see what happens.
I'm going to say never until they prove me wrong, because I was one of those few people who was watching Smallville and holding out for like a Bruce Wayne cameo, at least through like the entire series. Yeah. And I didn't get it's like I didn't get one hint of that.
But I think that's before they were wise to how much money it really could generate. So I mean, they were just getting it at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, just flirt with it. Have somebody, dressed in black who says he's a billionaire playboy or some kid or whatever just shows up on the show, because they have like people portraying the Flash, Aquaman, Green Arrow, and it's like you guys are messing with us, right? I mean, throw some guy in a suit and just say he's Bruce Wayne or something. That's all I had.
Well, no, with Smallville, they was going to put Bruce Wayne in as a cameo, but at the last minute they scrapped the idea and put something else. Made him like that Solomon Grundy. Yeah,
it was a rights issue again, because there's something with those creative rights issues that they've been. I mean, they're always constantly battling with the original owners of those properties in court, and it has to do with how they utilize their characters, or they have to pay this much and that much. So that's why they say one thing, and then when they look into it, they can't do it, because if they're going to do it, they're going to do it in the movie, because you'll get more generated money out of a movie than a TV show. Who knows? I'm not a fucking lawyer, and Mike Scythe is. So I don't know if he wants to chime in on the chat. I mean, but it's I'm sure, because money talks and bullshit walks. So if it's making a lot of ratings and all that, I'm sure they'll find a way to do some fan appreciation and fan pleasement on their shows to get some of these things that we're talking about right now.
Well, I'm huge on Marvel. I'm not a big DC guy. But my big problem with watching this, because I don't watch any of these shows, and I can sit here and be like, oh, they're shit shows and this and that, but I don't know, because I don't watch it. I know I like some of the heroes. But I don't know, they got to go darker. I don't know. Like, I want to see something dark. All this bubblegum stuff. Like, when I was watching, Dawson's Creek, The Flash. When I was watching The Flash, like, it was just too bubblegum. And I know that's the umbrella DC kind of goes under, but, I've been hearing rumors of Justice League Dark for a long time, and I don't know, I think that they should go darker. That would be something cool to see.
Well, let me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, well, Flash not really a dark character. Flash is the lighthearted person of the group.
Right, and that's fine. But like, how about something different? You know, like everything seems to be real lighthearted with DC. You know, any of the animations I saw that where they've gotten dark with it, I really enjoyed it. It'd just be good to see a different type of show. They all seem to follow the same type of formula, and it's just something different.
I don't know. The problem with like some of the DC stuff is that they're too dark. You know, they're like the victim of their own success when they have like ever since when the first Batman came out with the dark costume. Prior to that, he was wearing blue and gray, and ever since then, it's like everything's just dark all the way. So it's just like, you know, this has to be dark, this has to be dark, and it was always like everybody was trying to be like doing Tim Burton's vision, you know, or just their version of a superhero character. So, I mean, I just think that, you know, having the Flash he's a lighthearted character in a way, and the whole casting of I forgot who they casted for that movie for the Flash movie that's supposed to come out, but their idea is to make that dark too. So, I mean, I think that's a problem.
Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller, yes, that guy, yeah. I mean, it's like they're trying to make him like a dark kind of Flash, and it's like, you don't need to make all these characters dark. I mean, you know, the Dark Knight is dark, we get it, but, you know, you don't need to make Superman dark, you don't need to make Flash dark, all that. You know, you gotta have some kind of balance.
Well, the Green Arrow should be dark.
Well, yeah, there's some exceptions.
That's what I'm saying, though, in their like TV portrayal of these characters. The comic book's fine, like, I can't even comment on that, but the TV stuff, like, it's just, I don't know, something darker.
True, but, you know, like, I like the dark stuff. Forgive me, but I do, because I've been reading Injustice, and that is a really dark fucking story. I mean, there's some shit that Superman does evil, you know, because he's all fucked in the head, and what he does in those books is just like, whoa. And the story really goes good. Now, that's just me. As for Marvel stuff, they kind of teased us with a little darkness. I mean, let's go to Civil War. That big reveal. This is spoilers, right? We can say this. Spoilers, motherfuckers. If you don't want to hear it, get the fuck out. So that scene where it's Winter Soldier, Captain America, and Iron Man, and then you got Zemo showing the video of fucking Winter Soldier killing Tony Stark's parents in not a nice way, really cold-blooded. And just that that was a little taste of darkness that Marvel can do. And I thought that fit perfectly.
About that, though. I have a question about that. When Tony Stark asked Captain America, did he know? He said, yeah, but he didn't know it was Bucky. How did he know if he was fucking frozen in 1991?
Zola told him.
Well, he saw a video or something like that, I think, in the Captain America Winter Soldier. So he had an idea.
I thought it was just a clipping that came up on that.
Right. He had an idea. He never told anybody, you know, but he in the back of his head, he knew that he was responsible for Tony's parents' death and all that stuff. So that was kind of dark. I mean, that's kind of cold-blooded. I mean, your brother, your friend, and whatever, and you're like trying to defend this other guy. Oh, he's been brainwashed. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know, we got to help him and all that. Oh, by the way, he killed your fucking parents. Oh, he choked them to death too.
Yeah, the way he choked the mother.
Quick.
That was cold.
That was really. That was even I was like, wow, they actually went there with that. And of course, yeah, they're gonna fucking fight after that. I would too. I'm like, motherfucker, boom, you know. That was great. That whole sequence. That's your darkness for Marvel. As for the TV show, yeah, I would like a little more, not dark, maybe a little more seriousness into the stories. You know, enough with the little titty-tat jokes and all this other shit and whatever like that. Get a little more serious with it. You know, that's what I say. Not dark, just get a little more serious with it.
Well, where they needed to go dark with Marvel was Ultron, because they made him too much of a jokester.
Yeah, right. Correct. You know, remember that first trailer, and everybody complained how dark it looked and felt? I was enjoying that. Now, maybe, again, I like the dark stuff. That's how Ultron should have been. And then we go see the film, he's just like this funny little, you know, I was like, what? What happened to that scene? You know, like, no strings on me, and you just hear that music and everything. didn't get that in the film. Now, granted, we already heard the director. I forgot his fucking name.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. You know, he was burnt out. Yeah, I mean, he had the studio on him. He has this big, huge project. He had like a 3-hour, a 4-hour, a 5-hour fucking cut. Who the hell knows? And you know, and they had to do some things and whatever. And he's not doing it no more because it was too stressful for him. You know what I got to say to that? I'm sorry. You can't not be serious. Too stressful? Are you fucking kidding me? Just fucking do your job, motherfucker. Jesus, it ain't fucking rocket scientist. You know the goddamn characters
Right.
and all that stuff.
Or at least hire somebody that reads the
Give him some fucking therapy. Axl Rose gets therapy before he goes on stage before he broke his fucking leg like an idiot. But you know, come on, man.
Woosha.
I know, all right.
I mean, come on. For the love of God, Ultron almost decimated the Avengers in the comics, and then they made him this joke in the movie.
Right. It looked to start it out. I was like, okay, I'm liking Ultron, and you know, and I'm like, where's the seriousness with it? You know, he's like, oh no, this is fun. Oh, what's that? Oh, I'm gonna take that. What the fuck? Just fucking destroy shit.
Yeah,
know?
like
on,
when he
let's go with
ripped
it.
a guy's arm off, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, did I do that?
Yeah, it's like, come on, really? Yeah, I know.
What do you guys think? Save Peggy Carter or not?
Let
You
that
guys
shit.
heard? You guys heard what's going on? They canceled Peggy Carter, and there's also been rumors, and there's also been talk about people wanting Netflix to save Peggy Carter or just bringing that back as another season.
If they do that, they got to do that with Constantine first.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly.
That Constantine shit was a lot better than the Peggy Carter stuff. That's just my take on it. Don't shoot me in the fucking chat, all right? But I like the Peggy Carter stuff. I really, really did. But I think they kind of ended that, you know, especially in Civil War because she did die. Spoiler, motherfuckers. She's dead, and you know, this is just the backstory and everything, and it's just like how much backstory you can do, and then again, the time slot that it was in. So yeah, maybe a Netflix can help, but you know, I don't know. It could happen. It may not happen. Maybe she don't want to do it no more too. You also got to look at that aspect of it.
It's practically already done anyway. She already got another show. Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you know, it was a combination of a little bit of everything. Low ratings. She's got another show. Move on from Peggy Carter. We got 2 seasons of Peggy Carter. Just enjoy that and go with that, and we'll deal with Agents of Shield, and and we'll deal with that, and we'll see. And we got the awesome Netflix show, the Daredevil's killing it. We're getting Punisher. I cannot fucking wait. And Jessica Jones, I still have not seen it all, but I've been liking that. And we got Luke Cage coming up. We got Iron Fist coming up, and then we got the Defenders. So where are you going to fit Peggy Carter into this?
I know. I think that was Marvel trying to do in Civil War. I think they're trying to like cut the past. Like, okay, the past is over. The past is the past. Let's move on. Because they showed the death of Tony's parents, death of Peggy Carter. It's like, okay, all that's in the past. We're going to forget about it. So, as much as I like Agent Carter, they don't need to bring it back.
Right.
No.
I'm with you. I mean, I was happy with it, and I just move on. Move on to something else. You know, whether I know they were trying to do a spin-off with Mockingbird, and then they didn't pick that up. They just said, nope, that ain't gonna work, and they said no. So, you know, again, it has to do with that channel. You know, and because they got a whole bunch of other shows and everything like that. So,
well, if you really want to do the Inhumans, I mean, it's like give us Black Bolt, Medusa. That's who people want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would definitely like to see Black Bolt and Medusa. That would be badass. That would definitely be cool.
Well, what about there is some talk about a Black Widow solo film?
It's about
much deserved. Much deserved.
I think it's about time.
Yep.
It's about time.
You guys think so? What could they do with Black Widow?
Her past, they'll probably go back and show how she got trained when they show bits and pieces of it in the Avengers movie or whatever. So they'll probably start from there, and then, you know, It's long, like I said, it's long overdue. She needs her own movie.
You know, more screen time for Scarlett Johansson. I am definitely okay with, ladies and gentlemen, because one of these days we're gonna have her on Love Talk here. And
Black Widow is a good character. She's got a lot of depth to her, and you know, she did a crossover with Daredevil for I don't know a whole year back in the day or something like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
I would love to see that. You know, a Daredevil like Black Widow like crossover. That'd be good.
Yeah, and I think I think the reason why they're not like spewing out the female superhero films yet, and I think I gotta say this, they're waiting for Wonder Woman, because we all know the track record with female superhero roles in films. They just don't resonate with the movie-going public. But now it's a different story. Now it is comic book heaven. We are all enjoying this ride, and I hope it never stops. But you know, so let's get these shit out now. Don't you got the hype? You got everything going for you? Get it out. Don't wait. But I think they're gonna wait for the Wonder Woman film and see how well that goes with a Wonder Woman solo film. I mean, to me, she killed it in Batman vs Superman. That was one of the things that people were arguing about. How is Wonder Woman going to be portrayed? And I thought she did a good job. And I'm more excited to see a Wonder Woman film than another, I don't know, fucking death of fucking Superman with the spear of fucking truth. What the fuck is that?
You didn't like Elektra?
Elektra? No, they fucked that one up, man. I didn't.
Oh, the movie was
I loved her as Elektra. I thought, but that was just a bad fucking movie.
Elektra was god awful, man. Let's get into
Catwoman. You remember that fucking horrific piece of shit?
Wait a minute, we talking about the movie, or we talking about Daredevil season 2? Which one are we talking about?
We're talking the movie. The movie.
Yeah.
The movie.
Well, let me ask you guys this real quick. You know, instead of just waiting for to see the result of like how Wonder Woman would do in theaters, how about just doing a Black Widow Hawkeye film together?
That would be great.
I mean, they've always been talking about like Hawkeye probably having his own Netflix show, but I could see a Black Widow Hawkeye, like buddy, like almost like a buddy film to
Yeah, but you're picking two of the most. I mean, I like Hawkeye. I'm a fan of Hawkeye. I can say that. But you're picking two of the most boring characters, man. Like people will like. I think we've gone crazy with this idea that we have to accept everything just because it's Marvel or DC or it's comics. Yeah, but they're not even hypothetically speaking anymore. They're like, oh, let's do a Black Widow movie. I'm telling you, that would be junk. Nobody wants to see that.
What about Black Widow versus Abyss?
I don't know. I think for me, I don't know what they're going to do with Black Widow, to be honest with you. I mean, I think she's more of a supporting character, and to have her own solo film, to me, I don't think that's going to really... It's not like comparing Wonder Woman having her solo film to a Black Widow character having her solo film, in my personal opinion.
What they should do is go back to basics. Go back to what worked. I'm telling you, they should do an Incredible Hulk TV series, because that works as a TV show. People would tune into that every week. He doesn't have to go up against a big villain every time, so you got to bring up something. It's just the government. It's fucking everything up. And as far as animation goes, Marvel, like, they're totally missing out. They need to be cashing in on Jim Lee's incarnation of the X-Men. Bring back that show in some way or form, the one that we all grew up with, all of us now who are 35 and years old or whatever. That's what they need to bring back. I like the Netflix stuff that they're doing, and Marvel, like, they can do good stuff, but I don't know. They've taken too many Guardians of the Galaxy pills, and Guardians of the Galaxy worked like, it worked. It was just like lightning in a bottle, and it was good. And I'm looking forward to the second movie coming out now. But if you notice, nobody even talks about Groot or Rocket Raccoon or anything anymore. It's just, it's what it is.
Wait till that trailer drops. They'll be talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I agree with Marty though. Of Black Widow, she's a great supporting character. As far as a standalone movie, I just don't see it having a big impact in the marketplace. I mean, people will go see it, but I don't think it's going to be, a big success.
Well, she did that. What was that? That one solo. What that supernatural film? What was it? Charlie? I forgot what the fuck it was named. Lucy. And she was. The story was kind of but she was great in it. She held her own, and I think. I think that's why they're actually thinking about doing a Black Widow thing because of that.
She does great movies. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
I mean, you know, she's a great actress. She's an absolutely beaut. But when you're talking about a superhero, though, I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that she would be an awesome actress when it came to doing a movie. But then again, you're talking about a character within a superhero universe. And no, I don't think really a lot of people want to see just Black Widow. Everybody wants to see the universe incorporated in one form or another. Add more superheroes, add more characters in there. That's, you know. So I just don't think that it's going to be a great spin-off of what they're hoping for. I think they should concentrate more on the source material, on making the universe what it is right now, and there's so much more they can do besides just Black Widow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to, like as I mentioned, I would love to see Scarlett Johansson do her thing, and the fight scenes would be amazing, just kind of like what Mockingbird does. But you see what people thought about Mockingbird as far as a spin-off TV show. I mean,
yeah, they didn't pick it up.
You want to give us a good female character in a movie, or better yet, even a TV show that it could be spread out. Give us the Phoenix. I mean, how good would that be?
Yeah, but again, that's a Fox property, and we don't, never say never, say never.
The female one that would work the most would be She-Hulk. That one would work really good.
Yes, that would work well.
You know what my thing is? I think that the corporations are trying to get on board with the train, that they're seeing how big these female superhero roles are going and how people are just are magnetized towards them, and I think they're trying to exploit that by making a solo film for a female character, but I think they're going absolutely the wrong route. I think Wonder Woman's great because look at the character who Wonder Woman is. Wonder Woman is a big character. She is a main character. She is not by any no. She can either go solo or she can go a supporting character like in the Justice League. But I think that's the corporation trying to exploit this the female role as a superhero. And they're just going the wrong route with that, in my personal opinion.
And it's been a long time coming. I mean, they've been trying to do Wonder Woman for a long ass time, and she's like right up here. She's the pinnacle of the female superheroes right here, and they have to do that right. And I hope they do. They got a good director, and I hope it is right. And we'll see. We'll just see. But as for your saying, Marty, yeah, female superheroes have jumped up big time. Everybody's jumped. I mean, how many of us have always bought those damn variant covers with them on the friggin' cover with their tits out to here and everything like that? Hello, we all buy them because we're all guilty as charged. Because shit, man, you gotta have that. You know, it can't just be all dick swapping here. You know, we got to throw some boobs in there here and there. You got to throw in the females because they are very important. It's like a yin and a yang. You have to have both of them. And
I think they're just very aware of a female solo film would be under even twice as much scrutiny than just a regular one. We're all like, oh, that suit was an off color of blue and red, and it wasn't this and this and this. Now make her, it's a female role, and her boobs aren't big enough, or some shit like that, and everything gets broken down. And we live in too of a PC place where, like, for them to do this, it's super risky. It's risky on their part. It could be like pissing money away.
Well, I think that we're going to see where that leads with Wolverine. Now that they're saying we're going to get X-23.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that would be kind of like because Hugh Jackman has been doing X-Men for God only knows how long. The man needs a break. I mean, it's like, all right, applaud him. He did a great Wolverine, and he even said this is his last film, and you got to keep that going because they want to keep that money train keep on going, Fox. So why not bring in X-23? Why not? The book is a good hit. Everybody seems to like X-23. Why not bring her in? It's smart business. It's a smart move. I hope they do it.
Hey, well, let me ask you guys a question. Okay, DC, Warner Brothers, they got their Trinity: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Marvel, who is their leading lady? Who would you say would be the Marvel Trinity?
Ooh, good question.
I mean, because we're all talking about a female, a Marvel female movie. Who would be their leading lady? You know?
No, I think for the most part, I don't think they stick with a leading lady per se.
Right.
Because you have so many superhero characters, just kind of like the Marvel Universe. But you got to understand, though, if you date back the superheroes, the Trinity, you had Wonder Woman, starting out in the 40s, along with Superman, along with Batman. So those are very iconic characters right there. So of course, eventually, as history progressed, as times progressed, they became a Trinity. In the Marvel Universe, it was kind of scattered and spread all over the place, if you know a little bit about the Marvel Universe and a little bit of history on that. But I think for the most part, I mean, you have a variety of superhero and super villain female heroines, or super villains, female villains, if you will. But I don't think for that most part Marvel would have that.
Marvel has always been very team driven. They were always about pushing a team on you. The Avengers, X-Men, New Mutants, Alpha Flight, like whatever it is. That's what they do, and so they'll always include the female hero in there. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Like for me personally, I've always considered Wasp not only to be an underrated character, but underappreciated on a whole. I mean, she's one of Marvel's next to Invisible Woman. She's their earliest female, and she went on to have her own book in Tales to Astonish with Giant Man, and then she joined one of the original members of the Avengers. She went on to lead the Avengers for, I don't know, 5-10 years or something. She was a leader of the team, and nobody even bats an eye. So why would they make a female leading movie coming from Marvel? You know what I mean? But they're overlooking other characters that they have, like I said, like She-Hulk. A lot of people have been talking about Captain Marvel, and yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be into that, you know. But
there was some rumors as possibly that the Russo brothers might have leaked the fact that Captain Marvel might be appearing in a brief, I don't know if a full scene, a brief scene, a cameo on the upcoming Infinity Wars, guys. So I mean, you've got characters like that as far as. One of the major female characters, Captain Marvel. You know, we see that. We know Black Widow is. She has no superpower whatsoever, but she's just a character within the Avengers team that kicks some butt. You know, I mean, you've got Scarlet Witch. You've got a whole slew of them. I don't know. I mean, you guys.
Jean Grey, Phoenix. I mean, you know, we can go down the road, but there's, you know, the Trinity is I think there's only going to be one Trinity, and that's going to be in DC, and that's going to be Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I mean, that's a really good question, Jeff. I mean, it's really hard to put who would be a Trinity for Marvel, because everybody's got their own way about them. I mean, you know, there really isn't, back in when I think I can agree. When I was growing, it was always Spider-Man. It was always Spider-Man, and that was it. You know, and then all of a sudden the X-Men cartoon came on. Then I was watching that. Then it was X-Men, and it was, and there was so many of them. You know, so there really wasn't like this one, and this one. I mean, you can go into Captain America. I always liked him, and Incredible Hulk show. Bill Bixby. I grew up with that. I mean, I'll cue the sad Hulk music every time I walk out. Something that I get depressed on, especially when watching Batman vs Superman. Boy, that Hulk music was playing when I was walking out of that fucking theater. But I missed that show. I thought that show was great. I think they should definitely do something with that, and I can definitely see a She-Hulk thing, with her being a lawyer and also having some nice looks and also doing her hulking and all this other shit. And I think that would be definitely a good thing for Netflix. That would.
Yeah, I think that would be great because she's part of the Hell's Kitchen in that area.
Right,
too.
correct. I forgot about that. Yes.
A lawyer and having some type of relation with Matt Murdock, maybe on a professional level. I mean, I think they can do so much with, doing something on Netflix is like doing something on HBO, but everybody can watch Netflix, and everybody would rather watch Netflix, I think, But I think there's just a slew of things you can do. I mean, and that goes back to what I was saying. I mean, people are talking about, well, bring Peggy Carter back. Well, let's talk about bringing this individual back. I mean, you're right, Mark. They fucked up with Constantine. I think Constantine was just getting so great towards that last episode, few episodes. I was.
Just think about that. The Spectre. I wanted to see, because then if you go Spectre, then you got to go a Dr. Fate. Then you got to go into that whole magic realm, maybe Satana and all that other stuff, Madame Xanadu. I mean, the Question. Oh my God, the Ragman. I mean, fucking. Oh my God, Dead Man. Come on.
His head just exploded.
Oh,
that's the magic realm right there.
Oh,
and
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. It's the magic realm, and then of course, who's spearheading that magic realm? You have also got maybe a cameo or an appearance of Doctor Strange coming in. I mean, there's so much you can do with those characters. I mean, Netflix and Constantine. If anything, Netflix should pick up Constantine, in my personal opinion, and make it even darker than what it was on on regular cable TV, and they could make that show just amazing. I mean, look at the movie itself. The movie itself was just wonderful. I love that movie.
With Keanu Reeves, right? Yeah, they had some.
That was a good movie.
The biggest complaint was because of Keanu playing, because he didn't have the accent and all that stuff. But in a whole, I thought it was an interesting. That's what got me into Constantine. I never knew the hell. I mean, I'm a DC guy. I mean, I've heard of him, but I was never really much interested in him until I seen that film, and then I actually started reading some of the books that he was in, Swamp Thing and all that stuff, and I really dig the character. Then I understood why people were bitching about it so much and everything. Again, it was a nice idea and all that stuff, and maybe got the ball rolling to get everybody familiar with Constantine and everything. But that show, that actor that they got, I forgot his name, but he killed it as Constantine. He was Constantine.
Spot on.
Awesome character, and I wanted more, and I was like, I can't believe they're gonna do this crap, And again, we'll see. Another one, we'll see. Maybe another cameo appearance by him. Maybe we'll get more in the magic realm, because if you see with Arrow now, I think the last episode, they had that little magic thing going on. They got Damien Dark and all that stuff. You need those magic guys. Come on, get me Dr. Fate, please. Oh,
when I think about magic, especially with sorcerers and dark magic, it takes me back to what I love the most, which was like the fantasy novel magic, and a lot of that stuff was dark. And even the TV show The Magicians, a lot of that stuff is dark, even though there's good magic. So I think you can do so much more with that being either on HBO or Netflix. But for the most part, I keep it out of regular cable. I understand. I mean, because can you imagine what they could have done with Constantine? Even with The Magicians, I think that's either a Showtime or a HBO. I'm not exact. I can't remember off the top of my head, but absolutely great show if you haven't seen it. So. Sci-fi.
Oh, Sci-fi. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And Sci-fi late at night, they do some cursing, they do some sexual scenes in there and things like that. So it's one of those channels that they can do a lot on, but give it to Netflix, give it to HBO, give it to somebody. With that said, do you guys see the trailer for Outcast?
I have seen it, and it's not bad. I'm looking forward to it. I want to give it a shot.
It looks really good. I mean, judging from the trailers, it looked like something from exactly from the comic book. So, I mean, it's only what 2 or 3 weeks away. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, my cable company, I don't have Cinemax, which I don't understand why they're doing it on Cinemax and not like Showtime or maybe AMC too. I mean, that would have been would a perfect fit, because since it is a Kirkman thing that he wrote and everything like that. So who knows? Who knows? Why they put it on Cinemax? Well, Cinemax needs a payday too. They're not the greatest cable company out there. So we'll see what happens with that. Well, I have to wait. I have to wait till it goes on Netflix or something like that. Or maybe talk to you guys and see how the show is going.
Are any of you guys readers of Outcast or anything like that? Any you guys are very familiar with that storyline?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite comics right now. I mean,
yeah, it is. The comic is really good.
Yeah, I mean, the latest issue was, I don't want to give it away, but it's a really good issue. But I mean, if it should be one of your top 5, in my opinion, to read right now, because just the story is just, I don't know, it's a strong story. So I mean, it's one of those things that you can never get bored of reading. So,
do they have a trade of it out yet?
They do. I think they have 2 trades out so far.
All right, you got me sold. I'm gonna pick it up. Check it out.
Trust me, Sean.
It's really interesting. They go into the whole possession realm and all that stuff. So I like it.
Cool.
What about the? I'm sure you guys have seen this already, but the Assassin's Creed movie trailer. I'm not very familiar with Assassin's Creed. I know it's just it was a game. It was an adaptation off of the game. But what I've seen in the trailer, in a sense, was they took this guy, they kind of put all these electronic things on him. They put this gadget on him where he's hoisted up and down. In a sense, he goes all the way back in the past as an assassin, and he's going up and down. So it's just kind of like he's doing the same thing as he's doing in the past as he's doing in, I guess, the laboratory, if you will.
Well,
basically,
the game is you're this guy and you're in a machine, and it like you said, it projects you into the past. So translating that into a movie that people aren't like, what the fuck is going on? That's going to be tough.
Well, as I did not play that game, I don't know anything about the game, but my nephew plays that game, and I asked him, because since he's played it and knows the character and knows the story, what did he think? And the first thing he said to me, it looks good, but the music that they used in that trailer was a bunch of shit. That did not fucking flow. He hated the music that was playing in the trailer, and I have to agree. What the hell was that?
You gotta watch the redos, man. They did a bunch of mix-ups with new music.
Yeah,
way better when it's got different music on it.
I saw that.
Music is key, people. I mean, everybody, with soundtracks, I'm a soundtrack guy too. I like getting some movie soundtracks from the library and all that stuff. I love listening to movie scores, and those are important because they kind of like set the scene and the mood that when you're watching something and you have a musical background or whatever with an orchestra or whoever, and it fits with the scene. With that, it did not fit at all. That's like, what the hell? And this is like a test. We got Assassin's Creed and we got Warcraft, and these are based on video games, and they're trying to jump on the video games again. Remember with all Mortal Kombat and all that stuff? And I'm praying for new Mortal Kombat. Oh my God, I want a new Mortal Kombat. Better Mortal Kombat.
That was a good point you made just now, though, Marky, about soundtracks, because you if it's done wrong, like for example in Watchmen. When they did the soundtrack, great big songs, probably cost a fortune to get the rights to everything, and I see the point that they're trying to go. This is supposed to capture the time frame of this, and when this is happening, Bobby McGee is playing or whatever it is, but it was so out of it didn't match up, it didn't meld right.
Correct.
But then you get something like Guardians of the Galaxy where it was really fun. It was a fun soundtrack, and it made sense. It translated. Now, if there was no existence of that little audio cassette in the movie, and that was the soundtrack, then it would have been like, what the fuck's happening right now?
All I know, everybody who was on that soundtrack got a nice payday. That's all they fucking care. They're like, oh yeah, cashing in. And they did, again, it just shows that they know what the hell they're doing over in Marvel Land and Mickey Mouse World, and
take a look, Mark. Take a look at the Suicide Squad trailers. Both of them. Great music.
Yeah, great music to go with that, and that's what's telling me that they're learning from past mistakes. They're learning. Hey, did they get the last couple of trailers that they showed? Have they given away anything? No. Have they made the trailers interesting that you are wanting to go see this movie? Yes. And of course, Harley Quinn bending over, that does help a lot. And I'm definitely down with that film.
You're talking about comics and music and movies and stuff like that. Would anybody buy a Dazzler album if they legitimately made that?
If it's done right.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be disco shit or something like that. But I mean, would you
look? Everybody loves the retro shit.
Go out and get it.
Everybody loves the retro shit. Come on, get some
I love
YMCA
disco,
going
by the
again.
way.
I would buy it. Would I play it? Probably not.
Right.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that Kanye West is not gonna be on the soundtrack for Assassin's Creed.
No,
I think they were just doing that just to hype up the trailer, dude. So I mean, and plus, video game movies really have a very poor track record.
Yes, they do.
I mean, like hell, I remember years ago seeing like the first Mortal Kombat movie, and then after that going to go see Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 2 was god awful.
Well, you look at how messed up they made all the Resident Evils. All those movies are terrible. Now,
I wish they stopped.
This is the last one.
You want to talk about horrible? What about House of the Dead?
Uwe Boll is the worst fucking director in goddamn Hollywood. Fuck you, retire, go away, you're awful, stop fucking up fucking films, man, especially video game films. That's why they don't make them anymore.
I think the only one that really stood up to that test of time and what you guys talked about was probably Tron. Because Tron was really good back in the 80s, and then they did the remake on it, and they had Olivia Wilde on there. Anything with Olivia Wilde for me, I'm going to watch it, I'm going to own, and I'm going to love that. Okay.
Yeah, but wasn't Tron originally just a Disney movie before a video game though?
Tron was originally a Disney movie. Came out in 1982, and yes, I am a big, huge Tron fan. That's what actually got me into computers and everything. I mean, just seeing that ROM, and all that other stuff, and just the greetings program, end of line. I love those characters, and then when they brought Tron Legacy in, I was blown away. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't quite like it, but I know they were talking about doing another film just to close it up, to give a nice storybook ending. I hope they still do that, and I love Tron. Tron is fucking awesome. And again, we go with music. Who did the soundtrack? Daft Punk. That was an incredible soundtrack, and it fit so well with that movie, and the special effects, and the 3D was incredible. I hope they do a Tron 3. I would love to see it, but I'm a huge Tron fan.
Yeah, I mean, let's just hope. No, go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Go.
No, I just just given the track record of video game movies, let's just hope that this one is coming out, for Christmas. Assassin's Creed is going to be somewhat relatively decent.
And none of you guys like the Mario movie?
Oh God!
Jesus fucking Christ! Holy shit! That ends the video game discussion now.
Deus Ex is a new title that DC has out, and it's based on a video game, and it's really, really good. I picked up the last series because all the covers were Greg Horn covers, and they were just fucking amazing. But that's one, if they made it into a movie, that'd be cool, man.
Which one was that, Sean?
Deus Ex.
Oh.
And, yeah, it's kind of like,
That's a good game. It's a
man.
It is a good game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible to do a good video game movie. Have they done it yet? Not really. No. But
let's all remember Street Fighter. Oh God!
Oh,
don't you talk about Street Fighter?
Come on.
Hey guys, I would be remiss without just talking a little bit about comic books. Well, you guys know that June is going to be DC's Universe's rebirth month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go ahead and give you guys a few dates for a lot of the viewers out there that don't know, and I won't go through this whole list, and I'll probably save this for the next Comic Talk episode, but On May 25th is DC Universe Rebirth Special #1 that's going to be coming out, so make sure you guys mark that on your calendar. Also on June 1st, it was going to be Batman Rebirth #1, Green Arrow Rebirth #1, Green Lantern Rebirth #1, and Superman Rebirth #1. As I said, that's the 1st of June. And then on sale on June 8th will be Action Comics 957. So you guys know they're actually going back to the last, and Aquaman Rebirth #1. How do you feel about that, Marky? You got Aquaman Rebirth #1 coming out.
You know what? I said this before, and I'll say it again. When that Rebirth issue comes out, I got to see where they're going with the direction. Again, I thought they had a nice new reboot with the New 52, and I think they kind of lost some of their luster with some of the titles. I mean, of course, Batman was still doing strong, and Justice League was still doing strong, and then all the other ones just like fell away to the wasteland. Harley Quinn has an issue here and there that's interesting, but you know, other than that, I'll check it out. But I don't. They already did this, and I don't think I'm going to go and buy everything up again. I mean, I got to see how it goes with that Rebirth issue and see if that sells me on to get these other books and all that. But I will be interested in it. I will, Aquaman, especially the Green Lantern, or what they're going to do with that, and what they're going to do with the Justice League, because they still haven't. They got two more issues with the Darkseid War, and I want to see how that goes. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
So did you say that they're going to go back to the original number system with some of the other ones?
Action Comics and Detective Comics.
And how big of a print run will they? How big of a print run will they? Yeah, when they hit that 1,000 mark, damn, that's gonna be crazy big.
Everybody's gonna be. They're gonna have 20 million fucking variants, and they're gonna have
variants.
They're gonna have one variant at Midtown Comics. It's gonna cost like $4,000 fucking dollars, and I don't know, some asshole's gonna buy that. I don't know.
Speaking of 1,000 variants, what was this 1 in 1,000 variant that was just coming out there, homaging the Amazing Spider-Man 121?
Oh, that was for Civil War 2, issue #0, with the Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. cover, which is like a spoof
with a
on Spider-Man.
Price tag of $1,200. So if anybody's
that's a discount. That's Midtown Comics discount. The original price is $1,500.
Discount what?
Don't be that person.
I mean, what the fuck is that?
Don't be that person, man. Don't be that person that pays that much for that book.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
That's a divorce. Jesus.
I don't have a problem with variants. I have a problem with certain prices of variants, but I think with variants, you have that option to pick what cover you want. You know, that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as though I have to go out and buy every variant cover that is just to have a complete run of them. I look at it as though, okay, you know what, I can buy the regular cover, or if I see a variant cover that I happen to like more than a regular, or this cover, or this might be a $10, $20, $50 variant, I'll buy that. So I think variants give you that option to be able to buy your favorite cover. Now, I'm not going to be that asshole that pays $1,000 or $2,000 for a 1 in 1,000 variant. Of course not. But I'm just glad I have that option to buy the cover that I want. And of course, just to kind of go on, we have Detective Comics. They're going back to number 934. And then Flash is doing a rebirth to #1, and Wonder Woman rebirth to #1, and all those were on June 8th. And the earlier ones I said it was June 1st and May 25. So kind of support your little LCSs. Make sure you go pick them up if they're on your pull list or what have you. I think this should be interesting. I'm gonna pick them up.
I think the Wonder Woman
stores. I'm sorry. Some stores are actually doing like midnight parties for that rebirth coming out. I keep on hearing that. I know Fourth World out here did a midnight release for the New 52 with the Justice League #1 coming out and all that. So I hope they do that, because that was a kind of fun atmosphere to pick up something like that. But the Flash ones, I will have to agree. I mean, if anybody's talked to Undisputed Frost, I mean, they're going to introduce a new speedster or character that looks badass. So I'm probably going to pick more of the Flash than any of the other rebirths and all that stuff. But sorry to cut you off, Sean. What were you saying?
Nothing, man. No,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry.
All I was gonna say is Wonder Woman #1. That'll be a good one, building up to the movie. So I think they'll put all their efforts in that. They'll get some of their big guns working on some nice artwork. I don't know if anybody knows who's going to be writing it. Do you know who's going to be writing on Wonder Woman? Anyway?
I do not.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Wasn't it Grant Morrison?
It should be interesting anyway, building up to the movie. So they should be putting all their efforts into that.
Yeah, that looks interesting too. I'm pretty interested in that one.
Well, guys, we have come to the portion of our show which I like to call Final Thoughts and Shout-Outs. And the reason why I like to do it around this time, because it takes us forever to do this. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. And we'll start with our main man right here, starting from my left, your right, Gene Paul Ace Peter. Final thoughts, shout-out from you, brother.
It's good to be back on here. It's awesome. I love Sundays, hanging out with you guys and talking and shooting shit. Get a couple of shout-outs. I seen a couple of guys come back doing videos again. Like there's one guy, Klaus Schnell. I'm going to put the links in the comments below to check it out. But Klaus Schnell and Doc and Howlett, two awesome guys. They were doing videos back in the day, and for one reason or another, stepped away, but they're back now and they want to get into it all and get into the mix. And yeah, big shout out to them and just everybody who comes to the off-air hangouts and all the CBF family and all that stuff. It's all good stuff. Everybody's awesome.
Thank you, brother, and always great to have you on. We really appreciate you coming on. It's been a while since you actually graced us with your presence, so it's nice to see you again, man.
All right, you too, brother. Thanks.
Greg from Greg's Comic Corner. Go ahead, brother. Shout-outs and final thoughts from you.
Awesome. So thanks so much for having me on again. I know it's been a while, but it's refreshing to be back. And a couple shout-outs. So first shout-out to a guy I work with. His YouTube channel is Game Washed. They do show a lot of videos about video games, but he's also a film student, so he does a lot of really in-depth reviews about movies, especially the comic book movies. And his Batman vs. Superman review was so good, it actually makes me want to go see the movie. So shout out to him, and shout out to my new best friend. We became best friends last night, so Undisputed Frost, he and I are now officially best friends.
Beard brothers.
We are Beard brothers, not Eskimo brothers, but Beard brothers. And big shout out to him and everybody who's on the panel. I love hanging out with all you guys and chatting with everybody, so cheers to you guys.
Cheers, brother, and always great having you on here again. I know you have to work usually on Sundays, but when you can come on, I always try to save you a spot, brother, so thanks for coming on. From the land of statue collecting, Lou, Hero Statue Collector Lou, brother, go ahead.
All right, so it was great. Definitely we're getting all these great movies and TV shows, so it's a great time to be a comic book collector and fan. And for shout-outs, I want to do East New York's Finest. He's a guy that's into hot toys, so Ray might like him a lot. And he also does customizing, so if you want special stuff done, definitely check him out. And also my brother, Too Many Figures, another guy that if there's a hot toy you're looking for, or statue for that matter, and they don't make it, check him out. He could probably do it for you. So two great guys. Check him out.
Alrighty. Well, see, the host dropped off. So, John, a name you can trust, you're up next.
Oh, well, wow. Now I don't know what to say. Now let me stop. Now I'd like to thank everybody here for inviting me. You know, thank everybody on the panel. I love being on this show, man. This is better than Games of Thrones, and yes, I said that. I approve that statement. Special shout-outs, man, just everybody. And, just to let you guys know, the website is Discount Comic Book Service, DCBS, And like, if you want to get the Rebirth, they got like specials on bundle packages. I mean, if you just want to get it to check it out, you should check out that website.
And he approves this message.
And I approve this message.
And I second it because it is a good site.
All right.
I really apologize. I don't know what happened, and I just don't know what happened. But let me give Lou an applause first. And then we'll give our mayor, of course, you can't go home without an applause, brother. And we also had James once again gracing us with his presence. Final thoughts and shout-outs for you, man.
Hey, guys. Just want to say thank you for having me on. Looking forward to come back again if you have me. Support your local comic shop. If there's a comic that I could suggest to you guys to check out, if you haven't already, Vision, one of my favorite comics to read right now. It's pretty surprising, about a comic book about Vision and his family, and it really has everything to do about the Vision's family, and the Vision's like the least liked character on the comic book. So I'd say check it out and give it a shot. But other than that, thanks for having me on. Look forward to coming back on.
Appreciate you coming on, James. Thanks a lot again.
Thanks.
My brother Marky, final thoughts and shout-outs for you, brother.
All right, man. Final thoughts and shout-outs. Well, shout-out to everybody on the panel. Shout-out to everybody in the chat. You all rule. You're all great. I got a couple. First one, I'm going to start Tom Ryan. Me and him just did a trade, actually from texting. So we got some kind of deal going on. I think he put up a video of the books I sent him, and he's going to send me mine really soon. And then also shout out to I hope I'm pronouncing him right, Misky361. I think his name is Brian.
Emsky 361.
Emsky. Fucking get normal names, goddammit. Anyway, he seen one of my videos, and he seen the superpower issues that I was picking up, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to find these for less than $1, and he just said, hey, look, I got a couple, I'm gonna send you to him. And that was really cool of him. He didn't have to do that, and I'll be waiting for that package to come in. So shout out to those two guys, and again, Greg, I got a second Undisputed Frost. That guy is just friggin' awesome. We love hockey. Go Sharks! And dude, I always enjoy talking to you and trading books with you, my man. And that's it. I mean, everybody else's rules. That's it. You all rule. I love this.
And thanks a lot, Mark, as always.
Oh my God! Goddamn! No fucking applause, motherfucker.
A little delay in the applause, but Mark, you get the sexy voice for Comic Talk tonight.
Oh, all right. Let me pull out the bottle there, buddy. All right.
Trevor from Reese's Comics. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, my final thoughts would be there's some chatter about Mr. Sinister being introduced in the X universe, so go pick up your first appearances before they go artificially inflated. So that would be my final thought on that. Shout out would be to Mike Seif. He had a book CGC'd for me, and I think it's on its way back to me now, so I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you very much.
Awesome, brother. Thanks for coming on, as always.
Thanks for having me.
And my brother from another motherfucker, we have with us Ray Jr. Final thoughts and shout-outs for you, brother.
Final thoughts is like to send my condolences to the Darwin Cook family, because he's passed away. Was it yesterday? Yeah, the 14th.
Yeah.
So condolences out to his family. Shout-outs, all the members, all the guests that are sending the messages on the chat room, and to my boy, forgot his name. Oh, Thomas McCormick. He just now started doing videos. He's on YouTube as The Ghost. So go ahead and peep him out. He just did a review on Batman vs. Superman. He's a real big DC fan, so I know Marky will like that. He likes Green Lantern as well, so I know you like that. And then I just can't wait till Wednesday to leave and be down in the great state of Texas to hang out with my homeboy to attend that con June 3rd through the 5th.
Oh, yeah. I got my tickets, too, brother. Got the room reserved, and we are ready to go.
hang on one more.
All right. Anyways, let me give you a clap.
I think he had a little too much blue
Ray had
moon.
this look like, oh, you gotta clap for me, motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking.
Dude, that shit got so fucking awkward, man. Like, what
He
the-
was just too happy Ray's coming down to Texas.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I'm definitely not Johnny on the spot tonight, guys. I'm a little bit off my game right
That's what I was saying. He pre-gamed with some blue moon before the show.
Guys, my final thoughts and shout-outs. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that's in the chat group right now, the chat session, for keeping the chat going, the live sessions and everything like that. Of course, shout out to all the wonderful panel members for this evening. You guys did an amazing job with this show. I think we hit some really good topics, and your insights and your feedback and viewpoints on this really make the show what it is, guys. I really appreciate that. Also, a shout out to the Don, the comic book junkie, man. I don't know if you guys saw my video that I posted a couple weeks ago, but he did a random act of kindness for me. He sent me a copy of Hansi just out of the kindness of his heart. Awesome, brother. I really appreciate you doing that for me. You did not have to, but nevertheless, you did it anyways. I've been wanting a copy of that book, and I finally got it thanks to Don. So you guys check Don out. He's a little bit over 1,100 subs or so. He does his own midnight talk show now, and I've tuned in on that a couple times, and he's doing pretty good. He's still trying to get the gist of the whole online thing, but I think he's pretty much getting it down packed now. But so I just wanted to give him a shout out.
And also, Marty, not to cut you off, but he also did that nice thing for Big Don and his son, who were going to not have internet service, and then he had everyone donate some money, and they got an entire year's worth of internet service now.
Oh, wow.
So they could keep making videos.
Nice.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Kudos on that, man. There's some good people in this community, man. Once you get to know people in this community, I never realized that to know people from all parts of the world, and I say this many times, that to build this relationship, to build this bondness with people with like minds, and you get to know each other, man. It's not just for trades or buying books, but just to learn from each other and get to know people on a personal basis and get to know them as friends. So I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that all of you guys contributed and put into this type of community. So awesome. Kudos for everybody on this. The mayor, the Godfather, the people on the lower on the totem pole like me. You guys are making it what it is, man. So, nevertheless, everybody, thank you for joining us for Comic Talk episode number 28, and I'm going to leave you with a little bit of love talk for the night, so thanks so much. We appreciate you doing it, and hey, guys, have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. I will talk to you guys soon, and take care. Peace.
Peace.